Welcome back to Chatterbox, the number one fastest growing podcast hosted by the wholesome couple, Bailey London, and the one, the only, Fundifies, Tequila Sunrise,
What the hell?
Kaira.
I have to say, I like these socks. I've never seen them before. Who got you these socks?
I think
It's because someone
when we
definitely
went
bought
to
them for you, didn't they?
your friend's wedding,
Oh.
and I bought them for the pink ones, and they came with these ones.
Oh, okay. I was about to say because
2-pack
who bought you socks?
from Next, I believe.
There's not many people
TK
in
Maxx
your life
maybe or Next.
that buy people socks. Do you get what I mean? So I was thinking, is this your side chick?
I'm actually at an age where I appreciate
A good pair of
socks for Christmas.
Mm.
That is
It's a good
crazy, actually. I understand now why, like, aunties and uncles and nans like buy younger kids socks. But I remember always like receiving shower gels and socks.
Yeah, but that's such a boy present.
And that's
thing.
like,
that's a boy present. No
but
one
now
knows what
at
to
this
buy
age,
boys.
if you bought me a multi-pack of shower gel with the body spray and like the shampoo,
No.
when I get one of them, I rinse them.
Yeah.
I appreciate them.
Yeah,
now.
but that's because you're a cheapskate.
Yeah.
And you don't go to the shop. Like,
No,
you
I
will
won't go shopping
refuse
for
to go to the
myself.
shop.
So when somebody gets me that for Christmas, I'm like, oh, that's so nice of you. Thank you.
Why
Ted
is
Baker.
That? Why is that
I'm
you're
smelling
so,
like Ted
you're
Baker every day. Randomly. I'm off the Radox for a few weeks.
Why is it though that you're like incapable of like just like going to the shop and getting your things when you need them?
No, I've always gone to the shop. I just
Yeah, but like
last few years I haven't.
okay, great.
Don't bother
So
with all
where
that
are we
shopping.
at? Where are we at? What's the update?
We have been.
We are back in Thailand. As you can see, we're no longer on a beach in Gili.
Yeah.
Although I actually really liked beach vibes. Let us know if you guys like beach vibes because maybe we'll go back. It was nice to have a cocktail in hand.
Should we talk about your little shiitake trip?
Your shiitake trip.
Oh.
It was intense. And the thing is, yeah.
Talk about that later. But we'll line them up. Let's line them up.
Okay, what else have we got?
What else got coming up in
so
this episode?
I don't know.
Oh, you made a quote. We will have to talk about that at some point.
Yeah.
You made a quote.
Give him a headline.
I wrote it on my phone. I don't need to go to my phone. You wrote a quote that I swear, I think girls that was brought up riding bikes have a different sensation on their vagina than I do.
I do believe that. So that's coming up in the rest of the show. I also having a return of a word of the week because, we've got to level it out. We can't have all this bullshit.
About all of that.
Do you get what I mean? Have all this bullshit all the time. We've got to level it out with some words of the week.
And I'm not going to interrupt you.
Okay. That would be amazing.
Because I see the comments. Oh, not all of them. I saw a few.
Yeah, there's a few people.
But like I saw a few people talking about it.
But I'm not going to go on a rant today, so it's a bit.
You're not.
No.
You know what? We don't have
right.
anymore. We don't have. I thought I could see a handprint on your leg. That is crazy.
What else we got coming up?
What else we got coming up in the show?
Well, sorry. I just want to go back to the fact that you were saying that you were not going to interrupt me because it's in the comments.
Yeah, I won't interrupt you. I try not to interrupt. I don't think I interrupt you that much.
I think we interrupt each other a lot, but last episode you were on like proper on your bullshit.
When you was trying to do your book review.
Yeah, and that and
but
just other
banter,
bits,
though.
but yeah, whatever. It kind of was.
Alright, go on.
It kind of was. Anyway, and I don't know what else we've got coming up, but I'm sure something else will come up in my brains.
What was we talking about outside? I was like, I really wanted you to save it.
Okay, this is something. This is new. This is an update. And I know exactly what it is that you're about to bring up.
I don't remember myself.
So, this guy has decided to teach himself how to play the ukulele.
Oh no, I wasn't trying to slip that in. I weren't trying to. I promise you, I weren't trying to. That's not what we said.
Yeah, it was what we was talking about. So you.
All right, yeah. I feel like I've not had the support I should get off of you.
For what?
For my new hobby.
Okay.
What do you have to say about that?
Well, the truth of the matter is, right, you've decided to, and and the thing is, I need to get this straight.
Get it straight.
I need to get it straight.
I need to hear it
I
straight.
have appreciation for music. I have appreciation for musicians and instruments. I love music. I do love it, right? But living with someone who is learning to play an instrument is not fun. It's not
It's
fun.
been 3
In
days.
fact, yeah, but it's so hard. And 2 of those days.
And it's only in the
2
evenings.
of those days. No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
You've been doing a little strum here and there. And then when he says in the evenings, you're sitting out on the balcony on your own, looking out into the distance, doing the same 4 chords.
Yeah, that's how
For
you
like
get good.
3 hours.
That's how you get good.
And that's the thing, is I fully rate it. And you do need to have hundreds of hours to practice to get good at something. And I know, like with anything, and particularly instruments. But
Yeah, the but.
it's so hard to sit and listen to. It's so hard. And it's not something like, if it was a keyboard, then you could put your headphones in. Or if it was like an electric drum set, or even an electric guitar, you could have headphones in. But because there's no headphones,
Can I say something, yeah? Kaira come in the other day with the little ukulele, and you like strummed Twinkle Twinkle Little Star.
Yeah.
Not even the chords, just
I taught you the
bing,
chords after
bing,
though.
bing, bing,
Don't get it twisted.
bing, bing,
I
like that,
started
yeah.
off with ukulele
And I was
career.
like, wow, look at you go. I was so proud, yeah. 3 days in, I'm playing Bob Marley.
I taught you those chords.
I'm not getting no ratings. I'm just getting a lot of like.
Right, I've
hate.
said well done, and this is the thing, yeah, and this is what I completely
When
understand.
I showed Bam though, she was like, "How are you better than me? I've been trying to play this for 20 years."
Okay, she's not been trying.
This is the kind of reactions I want to hear.
Hard. Listen,
You can't play it.
I've said well done every time you play me a song. I'm like, well done. We've worked the songs out together.
Yes.
I sat and worked out the Bob.
Yeah, but
Marley
you had
with
to be told off though. You had to be told to get there.
Listen.
This is after I told you. This
But
isn't the first time I told her about this.
And if your mum is watching this, she'll understand what I'm talking about.
What?
If Shay is watching this, these are the ones I'm talking about.
What?
You need constant reinforcement.
I don't get any.
Of when you're
Yeah,
doing.
maybe.
a
Do you know what?
skill.
You're right. I do search for it, yeah, because I don't get any. I don't. That's my whole
But
life.
I've given you some.
That's my whole life.
I've given you some. And then
Yeah,
it's
I'm
like
expected to do well, so I don't get the congratulations. That's my life.
No.
Yeah. That's real.
There's an element of truth there.
That's
An
real.
element of truth there. However, can I just finish what I'm saying about
Go on.
this? That there is an element of truth there. I admit that, right? Because you are just generally good at things, right? However, like if you've played me the same song like 8 times, and like it is good, but it's not getting any different or anything.
Yeah, it's getting better.
Okay.
My videos, my progression videos, you'll see.
Yeah. Over time, you will. But because it's like I'm getting that like throughout the whole
Yeah, but
hour
I'm playing
where
quietly. You're going on like I'm strumming
you're
like that.
You aren't, no, but you're strumming,
Like
and then
the
you look
story
at me
that I'm
again,
waiting
you're
for you
like,
to tell.
No, but let me say.
Oh, you
so
say
I'm
you see
proud of
me see me look at you.
Where if we got to the end of the 3 hours, yeah, and then I'm like, oh, well
Did
done.
you see that?
You did all of that.
Even, I reckon sometimes if you just went, that was it, that was a good one, I reckon I'd settle with that. I'm sitting there waiting that she ain't heard it yet. She had her podcast in. Let me do another lap.
What I'm saying is I might, when you finish, be like, well
Nah,
done.
you lot, I don't
put
get
the
no
work
ratings,
in.
you know.
No, but you're wanting me to say that you put like,
No,
I would
just say that sounds
Let me
good.
finish. I would
Well
compliment
done.
you for putting the work in and being like, oh, well done. Like, I can see you're learning a new skill. I'm never going to shut you down for being creative.
But it is annoying, yeah, I get it.
Yeah. I mean, it's just
Because
like,
that's why
you just look at
that's
me
why
for
you
the
related
whole
to
3
it.
hours.
That's how you related to it from being a kid.
Yeah, because I would do the same thing to my mum. Basically, I just had, I was in Recorder Club. Like all of the top nerds were. I was in Recorder Club and I thought I was the shit. I thought I was so good at Recorder, right?
And what's Recorder?
Recorder is those
That's
like
the
little
flute one.
black and white, like little flute things that you hold like that.
Yeah, I think that's what we used to play by default in school.
Yeah, everyone played a
Yeah.
recorder, but I was in Recorder Club.
What, as extra?
You needed to learn your scales
Wait,
to be in Recorder Club.
But did you do it after school?
I did it lunchtime.
How old are you?
Recorder Club, like maybe like 8, 9. Yeah,
Okay,
listen,
go on. I'm trying
I
to
was
picture
in-
you're picturing you. Go on.
I was
Emo time.
no, it wasn't emo time, and I was never an emo. But anyway, it wasn't emo time.
Insert picture.
I wasn't an emo though. Anyway, I was in Recorder Club, and I thought it was the shit. Like you had to, not everyone could be in it. Basically, it was an elite thing. Like you had to audition, and you had to know your scales. And I was in Recorder Club, and anyway. Now I understand because I used to just think, why is my mum like why does she not see that this is like amazing? That like I'm in Recorder Club. And it was because she probably had to listen to hours of me doing the same.
And that sounds horrible when you can't do it
and
right.
they're awful. That like a recorder
It's like,
doesn't a recorder doesn't even sound nice when you do it correctly.
Well, yeah,
like
yeah,
it's not a nice
true.
sound.
It's like a horrible whistle, isn't it?
Yeah, so I now understand why when I used to go through to my mum and be like, listen to me play this song again, why she was just like,
Should have got you a different instrument. Any hobby that our kid would have, yeah. If it was an annoying one, wouldn't we just like advise not to do that?
well, this is my feeling about football. So
That's
I
not
know,
annoying, no?
but listen, I know that the reality is
Bit
that
long.
if you have a boy, because we're English, I just feel like in general, boys gravitate towards football. Yeah, girls do as well, but like boys love football, right? And I know you're not like you're into football, but you're not like we would probably send them more to martial arts or something creative or whatever. But I think like realistically, they might want to have a little foray into football, but I do not want to stand out in the cold. I look, and that's if we were to move back to England. Like, for example, our friend Tawny, like her son's really good at football, and that means that she stood in the cold on early mornings and Saturdays.
They even had done that a couple times with. I did it a couple times with Tay. But Carly did it all the time.
Oh,
Carly did it all the time.
and the thing is I really want to be that supportive parent, and I am. I'm competitive.
I think
like,
I would be naturally.
But football in the cold. Can we not pick a sport that's inside?
No, yeah, even that. If I don't want to be outside, maybe I would advise him to do something else. But saying that, like I know, growing up playing football, you just wear a coat and you just like it's part of it.
Yeah.
But you have to be in it. You have to care. Like I have to care about his team winning. I need to know if he's not that good. And he's not part of the
but at least
the
with martial
team
arts or
like
boxing,
that,
they're inside.
I'll be like, ooh, let's try something different or work harder. Do you know what I mean? But I think what I'm saying is I think I'd be interested.
Yeah.
So I'd be there.
I'm not saying I wouldn't be interested.
I think I'd be interested in anything niche that they wanted to do. Like if they was like really good at something that was so weird and niche,
like maybe like
I would get into it as well.
Books.
That's not that niche, but like I'd be impressed by that, but I probably wouldn't follow much into it.
Wow, that's kind of cool.
It is, but it's kind of just yourself and your own thing. I think nothing I can help out there.
Could
But
be
like if we had a child and there was like, I want to be, there's like this knitting league. This is an extreme. I would never really want, but like this is to give you an example, a knitting league.
Where they had like a spelling bee.
I'd be like, well, that's a bit weird. And if they was really into it, I would get into it. I would like start.
I can imagine.
You know how you should knit? You should knit.
No,
like
I can
this.
definitely imagine that. But yeah, no, I just have to say it about football. It's like I would be like, are you sure you want to do football?
But you know why football's good?
You
Yeah,
sure?
I say this because like looking at, like, sorry to pop people up, yeah, but maybe this is I'm only gonna hot up one person, Tay. Then I was gonna hot up a few people, but Tay should hear this, yeah. The thing is about like his age of people now, yeah, is when we was young, even up to his age and beyond, we was still like really into football and stuff. Even if he wasn't going professional or something, a sport, being into something. So many of the youths now, I just see, or maybe that's always been the case, but I look at people, I'm like, oh, you lot need to, don't stop being active now. You know, like you got kids that are like 18, 17, 18, and their activity levels are dropping to like middle-aged men. Beyond, no, not even middle-aged men are quite active. Yeah. But like teenagers are just because they're not into playing football or something.
I do think that I see people that are meant to be at their prime.
Yeah, you should be training, doing something.
Yeah.
And if you're not doing anything, just starting at gym is not always the best thing.
No, the gym is so demotivating.
Yeah, it can be. It's different goals, but if you're doing something like football without knowing it, you're keeping fit. You're staying active. Only
gym if you've got the money to go to a.
Leo, I'm just filming Chatterbox.
What's the topic?
Oh, I don't know. What was I just talking about?
What were we actually talking about?
What was we talking about?
We was talking about young people having to do
sports. No, we was talking about Tay. We was talking about Tay actually. But we're saying like teenagers, too many teenagers of today, around the ages of 17, 18, they're not interested to carry on just playing football for the sake of it anymore. So the activity levels just drop and they start moving like beyond middle-aged men, if you deep it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but they do, but you know what? Tay actually
That's good.
It's
That's
really
good. There's a lot of youths that are they're just not doing anything. Hmm? Yeah, of course. Of course. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's the thing. It's easier to counteract it when you're a kid and you're naturally active, being forced to do PE, all of that.
But anyway, how did we even get onto that? You was an annoying little kid.
I was not annoying. I just wanted to play the recorder, and I
So
fully
you should
understand.
have sympathy.
One of my big tunes, I remember one of my people would request it.
Who?
Was, just the people.
Your granddad.
The people. My
Granddad.
fans. My
Definitely
fans.
granddad.
I used to play London's Burning.
What a sad song.
London's burning.
That is an
London's
old school song.
burning. But the end. Did you ever used to sing it in a round?
Are we really doing
Burning.
this?
London's burning. Fetch
London's
the
burning.
engines. Fetch
London's
the
burning.
engines.
That is almost like if you deep it, thinking about a bunch of school kids, oh, things bright, and singing that, yeah, that is like, what's it called? Cultish.
Yeah, but
Chanting.
I think they should bring it back.
No way. You
Bring
could
back
never get
hymns.
kids to do that.
Oh my god!
Does
Bring
there
back
any
hymns.
any schools like that anymore?
Yeah, Christian schools. We've had this conversation before.
I know, yeah.
Christian schools are, but yeah,
That's
no.
what I went to. Catholic, wasn't it?
Yeah, you
Was it
think you went to
Christian?
a Catholic school?
Catholic
Maybe.
school.
I don't know. But hymns, bring back hymns because some of them were bangers.
Oh, things bright.
I used to have this one. Did you sing this one? Cross over the road, my friend. Ask the Lord his strength to lend. His compassion has no end. Cross over the road.
Never.
It was that bit.
Wasn't
It
a
was
banger.
little pause. That was a banger.
I don't remember it. I
I used to go in with that one.
No.
And I think I used to like it because I could do it deep like that.
Yeah, because have you always had a deep voice?
I've always had a deep voice from a kid. It got worse in my operation, but from a kid, I've had a
Do
deep
you reckon
voice.
anyone's ever heard you speak out here and thought you're a lady boy?
Shut the fuck up, because yes.
Do you think?
Stop it.
Do you reckon they go, oh,
No, because you're going to make me self-conscious. I already
Oh.
feel self-conscious.
oh, oh. Ah! I'm sorry.
You're not sorry.
I'm not sorry, but I say sorry because I know you're
You're
feeling
not so, that's I hate that.
No, but that...
Okay, this is a topic we could talk about. 2 minutes for me to have a rant about something I hate that happens in relationships. Yeah. I hate when you apologize and you don't mean it, because it means that all of the times that you apologize makes me think that you don't mean any of them.
There's a
life
difference
lesson.
between apologizing and not meaning it and saying sorry to end an argument.
Yes, exactly.
No, because I can be sorry that your feelings are hurt, or sorry for
Yes,
how
you
you
can.
feel about something, or sorry for
Mhm.
how you've misinterpreted what I meant. I can be sorry for all these things, but it
Yeah.
still doesn't make me sorry
Mhm.
for whatever you think happened. That's the difference. So me saying sorry is
Mhm.
like, all right, okay, cool, I hear you, sorry. Yeah, you're not sorry though, and I'm like, no, I still stand by the whole point I've been talking about for the last 20 minutes.
Mhm.
But I'm sorry.
Mhm.
So like, doesn't mean I'm not sorry.
Yeah.
No, but the difference is, I'm glad you said
That's
this,
a good.
yeah.
That's a good point. And
No,
how you're
because-
explaining it now, but
Ha-
I don't think that's
alright.
always relevant
No,
to the
no.
scenario.
And the irony is,
Mm.
and I knew this, yeah, and
Mhm.
this is just only, obviously I know this, yeah.
Mhm.
No one else can cheer with me at this, but I knew if I
Mm.
said some of these things to you with a camera on us, you'd directly be like, you know what, you got a good point. Because I said these sort of things to you, you're always like, no, because no. I've said these things.
No.
Yeah,
not in
but
the
because
same
there's a
way.
camera, you're
Not in
like,
the same
you're
way.
like, you know what, that's a good
Not in
point.
the same way. No.
I've said that same thing.
I
I've
think.
said it.
I think.
But what I would say, women wouldn't even say sorry if they are sorry. That's the counter to
Did
it.
I actually
That's
at
the
any point
opposite.
say
No, but that's what
men?
I always
Did I
say.
at any point say men? I said
No,
in
but that's what I'm saying. I think
relationships.
men do that. I think men, happy wife, happy life.
I'm
Do we
getting
not say
into it.
this?
I'm not getting into it.
Talk about it. Happy
I'm not,
wife.
because I didn't make it that.
No, I'm
So
not.
I'm not talking about
You
it.
don't have to defend women. I'm just saying a point. You don't have to defend anyone. I'm saying happy wife, happy
You
life.
don't have
yeah?
to offend anyone.
Happy wife, happy life.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, I've made this about men and women. Just
Yeah.
this. Hear me out. Happy wife, happy life.
Mhm.
Yeah. What does that mean? keep her happy,
Yeah.
and you have a happy life.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have to concede in arguments, even if I know you're wrong,
Mm-hmm.
to keep the relationship happy. That's happy wife, happy life. So a lot of times men will say sorry when they're
That's
not sorry.
really what that means.
However, on the flip side to
That's
that,
not really what that means.
women would hold back a sorry like it was something they worked their entire life to develop, like, and they can't just give it away. Like,
you
they will
finish
not.
yet so I can respond?
No, that, yeah.
Okay.
Respond then.
I think what you're describing in the first instance isn't happy wife, happy life. What you're describing is compromise, which happens on both sides of the equation.
Yeah, but in it, women
And
don't
sometimes
like to take
some people are more
accountability.
compromising and some people aren't. And you're generalizing that all women don't like to take accountability.
That's why I'm saying, like, as a stereotype, but like, don't you think, like, you, 100% you don't like to take. You will not say. You will hold a sorry. Even you'll be like, I am sorry, and I will apologize once. Blah blah blah. And I'm like, just say sorry and
let me
done.
explain.
That's what I mean.
Because
Whereas
it
I could
proves
not be
my
sorry.
initial point.
I could not be sorry. I could think you're wrong. But I'm like, you know what? You're right. I'm sorry.
It
And that's
proves-
what you don't like.
Hello.
Yeah.
Remember the whole thing of you not.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I'm telling you.
over me.
But I can have this conversation. They're gonna say to you in the comments, Kaira, have the
I
conversation.
am ready to have the conversation.
Stop
if
being
you're ready
offended.
to
Then.
listen.
I'm listening.
Okay, my point being is you're right in exactly what you're saying because it proves my whole point from the beginning. I do not say sorry unless I am sorry for what I have done. I do not play lip service to anyone. And if I say sorry, I've sat and I've contemplated and thought about why I'm sorry, and I've really heard and understood and agreed. Because to me, sorry is important. Words to me are important. Like, that is important to me. So, like, I do think that there is a way in which you can honor something, and I can say, you know, I'm regretful of how you feel, and like I don't like to see you sad, or or whatever it is, or I can see why that would be an issue. I can do all of that, and then I can, if I say, and I'm sorry that I did X, Y, Z. But there are times where I'm not sorry about it, and I don't think that me apologizing makes, and even if I am sorry about it, I don't think me apologizing in that moment is going to be what is going to change it. Me apologizing might be understanding how we could not get there again.
That's
to
what
me,
I mean.
that's changed behavior
But
rather than just saying, all right, I'm sorry now. Can we stop arguing? Because that, when you seem to think, oh yeah, happy wife, happy life. Oh, she's off again. Oh, sorry. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. It means absolutely nothing.
No, but
it pisses me off.
That saying it like that's
much more.
patronizing. That's
it
not.
pisses me off so much.
Yeah, but
more.
saying it like that's patronizing. We're talking about in times when you're just like, no, you're not sorry. I'm like, no, because we've
You're
been
not.
talking. But you would want me to be sorry, not about an action, about not agreeing with you, not having the same opinion as you.
Yeah.
You're literally waiting for an apology because we don't see something in the same way. That's a bit crazy.
No, I don't
So at
think
that
so.
point, if I'm apologizing in those moments, yes, I'm just apologizing to end the war. Like, it's not because I feel bad for something I've done. I'm sorry you're annoyed by this.
Yeah.
Yeah. But what you said, like, that it's a great explanation, and it helps me understand why sorry means so much to you. Like, you need to process way more before you give it away. It means more to you. For me, I can be sorry. I don't need to process that much. I can just be like, do you know what? Fair enough. I hear you're hurt. That's enough for me to be sorry. So I can just give it away a bit easier. But maybe that's the difference. Maybe it's not men and women.
I don't necessarily think it's
Maybe
that.
it's what star sign are you?
I don't necessarily think like you know anything about star signs.
What star sign are you?
I think that
What star sign are you?
you should know what a star
Capricorn?
sign. No.
Taurus?
No. Taurist.
I don't even know what they're aligned to.
Taurus.
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 Do you know I don't even know all of them? I'm an Aquarius.
Try and name them all.
How many have I said so far? 4 of them. How many are there? There's 12.
Is it 12? Yeah, it's 12.
It must be 12. It's 12 months.
Yeah.
Is there one for every month? But some of them go throughout different months. Aquarius, that's me. Taurus. Whoa. This isn't because I don't know them. This is like brain block.
I've already said another one.
I know, and I can't even think of that one.
Begins with a K.
Capricorn. Leo. Gemini. Sagittarius. That one. Taurus.
I've already said that one.
Have I said Taurus?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
Aries.
Libra. I'm done. I'm cooked. Exactly. It's hard.
Sagittarius, Aquarius.
Say them in order.
I don't know them in order.
Oh.
Sagittarius, Aquarius.
Have I said what other one you
Libra,
are?
Capricorn, Gemini. I'm a Gemini.
You're a Gemini. That's why.
Oh, see, this is why I don't even
It's
like
nothing to
talking
do with-
about this because
It's
it's
nothing
such
to
a
do
load
with
of
men and
rubbish.
women. It's because you're a Gemini. That's
What's
why
'cause
sorry.
I'm a Gemini?
Just-
Sorry is hard. I
the
didn't even
sorry's
say.
hard.
I don't even. To be honest with you, that I don't even like this whole sentiment that we've gone down again because once again you're trying to make me out as this unreasonable person.
No,
The
I
truth
was
of the
talking
matter
about the
is-
difference between men and women, and you've defended women. That's what.
I have not defended women.
Well, I haven't attacked
Watch
you.
this back.
I haven't
I've
attacked
not
you.
spoken about
I'm
women.
saying what you do, and I said I think that's the
I've not
difference between
mentioned
men and
gender
women. And then why is that so alarming? Why can't we compare men and women anymore without that like setting off an alarm?
We can, but I'm just trying not to get into the conversation.
No, but if you deep it, yeah, I said maybe that's when you
But
kind of
you women do.
Yeah,
You don't like
I said that's the difference
apologising.
between men and women. I think
Blah.
happy wife, men think happy wife, happy life.
But they
We'll
don't.
say
I
sorry,
don't. Do you know what the irony
and women
is?
care about the word sorry so much that they don't like to give it out.
Do you know what the irony
Therefore,
is?
they won't take
Do
accountability.
you know what the irony is?
What?
I do not know many happy wives. So if they know that, they should
Yeah, but it's just a
fucking do
saying.
it,
It's just a
because I
saying.
don't know any. Whereas I know lots of happy, comfortable men.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, sitting there. They're
Yeah.
not sitting there going, "Oh, no one said sorry to me," and I don't
No,
know
I do, though.
many
I
fucking
do,
happy
though.
wives.
No, but I
so
do.
if that is
I-
such a thing,
Are
why
you
don't you lot
a
do
happy
it?
wife?
See, you wanted me to do it. You wanted me
What?
to go there. You wanted
I
me
don't
to
know
get
where you've
pissed
gone.
off.
Are you a happy wife?
Not particularly right
Well,
now.
I've
I'm
been
not.
trying.
Yes, well, when you are trying
Yeah.
and you're trying to have a happy life,
Yeah, always.
then I'm usually a happy wife.
I think men try to do things to keep wives happy. And maybe we're thinking we're making you happy by like staying out your way and that, but
I
you lot are like,
see a
look at this
lot.
guy hiding out of the way. But I don't know, it's miscoms, isn't it? I think we're at a constant.
There are
I
some.
think we're at a
people,
constant.
Yeah.
I think we're at a constant war
Yeah.
with trying to work it out.
Mm.
That's what I think. I'm
Trying to
speaking.
work what out.
Women, men are trying to work out women. Like we're trying to navigate with you guys. I am anyway. I don't know if there's others
Why
like
are you
you.
talking on behalf of
I'm
men, though?
I have to. I'm speaking on behalf of me, but I'm like, I know other people are going through this. If you are, comment. But you see, I'm trying to navigate with her. I'm trying to be on side with them.
The thing is, what's annoying me is that we were just having a normal conversation.
We still are.
And you're you're saying, see how I've got to navigate with her, and you women,
Yeah,
you lot can't do this.
because
But
the second I said,
but then the moment,
maybe that's the difference between
I
men
get
and women.
animated,
Yeah?
no,
I'm
stop,
not laughing
stop,
with
stop,
you.
stop.
The
Let me
moment I
finish.
said-
you said you were going to let me finish.
Go on, I'm not going to interrupt.
The moment,
Yeah.
you started saying these things, it's not just about mentioning women. It's not about that. It's about you saying, and you women, and see what I've got to put up with her.
Yeah, that's where
And
I'm
then
at now.
The moment you say those inflammatory things, and then I react, all of a sudden you're back to being the victim again. So I'm confused because we were having a normal conversation.
We still can.
Having a normal
We still
conversation.
can.
But you're somehow saying that I've made it in something when the whole time I've been trying to stay away from it.
Alright, look, I hear you. I'm sorry.
You're just trying to doing it on purpose.
Did you not just hear?
Yeah.
I'm saying I hear you.
You're doing it for them. Okay.
I'm doing it for you.
So once again, the apology means nothing to me.
So I could have sat there in silence
You're
and said
doing it
nothing.
to that purpose.
I could have sat there in silence and said nothing.
At least it would be real.
Or I could say to you, I hear you and I'm sorry. But that's not good enough for you. Even though it could be real. It is
It's
real.
not real.
It is real.
It's not
I said, I
real.
hear
You're
you.
doing it for a joke.
I hear you
I
means
know
I
you,
heard.
Reese.
Well, there you go. Look, I'll edit it in a nice way.
Mhm.
But what that is a witness of there
Mm.
is me saying I'm sorry to let you know, to let you feel something, to
Mm.
give you some sort of like satisfaction. And all you can do is
But
work
I've just
out
told
where
you that
where it
does not
stems from
satisfy me.
and how sorry could he actually be. When no, I haven't hurt you, I haven't offended you, and I haven't done anything to you. So
Then
I can't
don't
be
say
that
it then.
sorry. But I'm saying I hear your story of what your brain's gone through when you heard everything. I'm like, that's deep. Sorry you feel that way. Maybe that's what I'm
Right.
sorry you feel that way.
Anyway, whatever. What else were we meant to talk about in today's episode?
No, your vagina.
I'm convinced that if
Because
you
you
had,
didn't have that
I
childhood.
think because if you there's girls I know that were always up and down on their bikes here, their family go on bike rides, everything like that. I genuinely believe that it has sculpted and what's the word? Almost mutilated the vagina into being a different shape to fit those bike seats. Because I'm sorry, they are not ergonomically designed for the vagina. I don't even think they're ergonomically designed for the willy.
They kind of sit with your gooch.
It's so painful. And it didn't matter if I sat forward, it hurt. If I sat back, it hurt. And it's not necessarily like it hurts just to sit on it. Like, that's not what I'm saying, because obviously that would indicate that I have some sort of gynecological problem. But what I mean is like...
Chafing.
No, it's not chafing. It's like just the
Point.
time. If I'm on it for like 5 minutes, it's like...
Do you know why though? Because you're riding around on a dirt island with no suspension.
But I'm thinking, how is no one else
We had the conversation. Oh my God. And do you know what's funny, yeah? We had this conversation at night. We didn't have the conversation on the podcast. But we was laughing at like...
There's so many things I don't understand.
So, like, if somebody said to you, your car suspension is gone, what did you think they were talking about?
Absolutely no idea. Like, what does that mean?
But that was why your vagina hurt. There was no suspension on your bike. You're basically on an off-road.
I still think though that, like, just in general, it's not comfortable. I don't get why it can't be a more comfortable seat.
It doesn't really matter, you know, because when I used to do the London to Brighton, each time I did it, I tried a different method to like stop the pain, and nothing worked. Like, I tried cycling shorts. I got the fattest seat, like gel cushions. Yeah. That was actually worse.
Yeah,
it's actually worse. More chafing. More surface area.
It was too much, and I was thinking I was really enjoying like the freedom of being on the bike. Like, I fully got it. First time in my life I've been able to ride a bike and then been somewhere where it's been nice to like ride round in the breeze through the island and whatever. But after like 5-10 minutes, I'm thinking, this is what I'm saying. I feel like people like, okay, let me put it this way. So when I was a teenager and I was dancing, I was doing a lot of headstands, right? Doing a lot of the old shoulder stands.
Frosty freezers.
The shoulder
when you're a break dancer.
The shoulder stand to headstand.
When you're a break dancer.
Right? So, my point being...
That what you said?
I didn't say that. I said when I was dancing, yeah.
But you're talking about break dancing?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, when I used to do that...
Why are you laughing?
I would lose feeling
in your
my shoulder and in my head.
I thought that because, you know, when they spin on their head, yeah,
it doesn't hurt the same way. So when you start doing like loads of headstands or head spins, you get dandruff here because your head is developing like extra layers of skin. Right? So it's not like a long lasting thing.
Did you have that?
Yeah, a little bit here.
Not like that, but So people that do long term spinning have got like the top of their head different.
It's not like dandruff.
I've never even thought about that. But like
it's the same way like when we do
elbow.
jits, like
the
strong
calluses on the top of their head.
Well, it's not a callus, but yeah.
But do they have like a different?
But it just is not. It just doesn't have the same impact anymore.
Yeah, no, but does it feel different? Because think about it, you're spinning on it all the time.
It feels different, no.
Yeah, it must feel different.
Anyway, my point being is that I would lose sensation in my shoulder and sensation in the top of my head. Like, I wouldn't feel the same. Whereas I remember when I was first learning,
how old was you?
Like, how? Teenager. Right? So, and the same way that, like, I suppose with anything, you start to like lose it. So I'm convinced that the people that drove bikes when they were kids lost lots of sensation in their vaginas. And I, luckily, which I'm glad for, still have lots of sensation. But I'm like, some of these girls, maybe, you know,
different.
That could be another reason for the orgasm gap.
Very true.
It could be.
But is that a lot of yeah, very true.
Because like just the consistent
thumping.
Yeah, it's a bit much.
Yeah, thickened.
Yeah, I don't know.
Thicker.
Less sensation down there, or maybe let us know in the comments. Maybe you've got more sensation.
Have you been Are you a female that's been cycling for many years?
Have you noticed a loss of sensation
in your vagina?
If you have, then please contact this number on.
But for guys, it's more the gooch. Haven't you got the same gooch area?
Yeah, but it's
aren't you sitting on
not
that?
as wide.
Yeah, it's not, is it?
No, I'm sitting on another thing.
That was me thinking about the snip.
The snip?
Oof.
What, from bum to vagina? Yeah.
Ooh.
The less said about the better.
I hurt my back.
We can't talk about willies and vaginas anymore because we can't use them as clips.
Can't talk about much.
Can't talk
these
about anything.
days.
Can't talk about anything.
You can't.
But we can talk about your shiitake trip.
Yeah. On our last day of the Gili Islands, we did a
Well,
shiitake.
on the last day, you was been doing up nitty.
Yeah.
You did a few.
Because you can't go to
You
Gili.
did a chestnuts. You did the shiitakes.
You can't
you
go
did-
to Gili. Yeah, and come away, and everyone's like, "Did you do a shiitake shake?" And you're like, "No, that's dead." So I really badly wanted to do a shiitake shake.
Yeah. So
And
you did one, and to begin with,
it was
it
great.
was all going. It was all going well. It was fine. I was, if anything, just more like tired, and like
Yeah, but I did double you.
yeah. And then you decided this guy's already on a different planet,
Yeah.
and then I'm thinking, you know, I'm coming up and whatever, and then I look around, see you're eating more. And I'm
More
thinking, what are you
shiitake.
doing? What are you doing right now? You're already not okay. And then I think like we would like round other people and was like guitar playing, which for me was more annoying because there was like a lot of different sounds.
Speaking of guitar.
I get very overwhelmed with lots of different sounds because it's just grating on my senses, right?
And you know what? You make me notice that. I don't actually notice that until you say it.
So annoying.
Then once you say it, I'm stuck in it.
It's like penetrates my brain when there's like 2-3 different musics and then like a loud noise there and then like just too much. Anyway, so that's what I was like feeling. But you know, just general, like the stars looked really pretty, the lights were twinkling, you're having moments giggling and whatever. Then we've been there ages. Everyone else has left. This guy's lying on a beanbag singing Robbie Williams with someone. Right? And I'm like, I've had enough. Yeah, I was tired before we even got here.
If you wasn't there,
had all
I
of
would have
this.
slept on the beach.
We went back, and then
Yeah.
the music changed when we got back.
She turned the lights off and got in the shower and put a dark, sad music on.
It wasn't. It was like some blues.
And that, you cannot be on
It was
shiitake.
like jazz.
Can't be on a shiitake
It was
trip
like, dum,
and be
dum,
listening to that in the
dum,
dark.
dum,
You changed it.
dum,
The whole room
dum,
turned into Stranger
la,
Things.
la,
Like
la.
octopuses grabbing me.
Yeah, but the thing is I didn't actually turn off all the lights. You
did.
decided to close the door. Then you put yourself
Yeah,
in
because you had the
darkness.
music coming through too loud.
And the music wasn't
It was
scary.
intense. It was echoing from the shower. It was intense. I'm telling you now, whatever, I'm not blaming you. It's probably just a normal song. But the way that
Yeah.
the cut, I've gone from the fire, guitar, the stars, the moon, nice, gentle C chords, to in a room, nice, dark, steamy, and you've got these blues. beating.
Anyway, so this guy starts having the bad trip.
Yeah.
And I have to come out and try and
No
save
help.
him. Then he had to shower himself, still was having the trip. Then he decided he did a fart, but because his cheeks were still wet, he didn't know if he'd shot himself.
You see, you can say this, and I'm not gonna get mad at you. You know,
Why would you
Well,
get
but
mad?
you would get mad.
Why
Yeah,
would
I
I
did.
get mad?
I thought I shit myself.
Yeah.
I didn't shit myself.
Yeah, well,
It's
I
just where
said
I'd
to
go
him
out of the
he has to
shower and I was
check.
wet. No, that was
So
funny.
then
though.
the thing is that you were going round and round.
And that,
in
remember that?
loops. You were
Remember
going
again?
up.
Remember, but the pain was in my stomach, and then when I farted, and you left the room.
Oh, that was the second time. I had to leave. That was disgusting.
But that wasn't my fault, because my farts don't smell.
Usually they're not that bad.
Day
I
to
have
day,
admit.
I could have farted 3 times during this episode. You wouldn't know.
Well, sometimes.
You wouldn't know.
But
You wouldn't know.
okay.
How would they know? They wouldn't know.
But anyway, that was
They're gonna
bad.
know.
I actually had to leave the room because it was making me heave.
Yeah, it did smell.
It
I
was
think I felt like it was like sewer.
awful.
That was the shashaki.
Oh, even thinking about it now, it's making me
That
feel
was
a
the
bit sick.
shashaki.
Shiitake.
Shiitake. People
And
are gonna be
then-
like, what the hell is shiitake?
And then, so yeah, you were having, the thing is that you were going through like going through the motions. So 1 minute you'd be giggling,
Yeah.
and then the next minute you were literally like groaning and like being really like short tempered with me. Like, you get to be like, stop filming me. I was like, I'm not filming you. And you're like, you're filming me. I'm like, I'm not filming
Yeah, I felt
you.
like you was filming me.
And then I went back into the bathroom. I came back out. He'd run outside to go and sit by the
Yeah, I
pool.
needed to be outside.
And you were like, don't you think it's just so much calmer outside? I was like, I mean, yeah, but it's 2 o'clock.
It was an experience. It was an experience. What's your word of the week?
My word of the week.
Wait,
is
don't you need your jingle?
my word of the week.
Yeah.
Word of
Oh,
the week.
should I get my ukulele?
Oh, good idea.
You lot are in for a treat.
Word of the week. Word of the week. Word of the week.
No, that's too cowboy.
It's word of the week. It's word of the week. Word, word, word. Word of the week.
What's the word?
You didn't keep up with it, so I couldn't get the.
No.
Okay, wait, go. Word of the week. Word of the week. Word of the week. Got to learn the words to speak for word of the week. That's okay.
That's the most
So-
support you've given me on my ukulele experience.
Because there's a purpose for it.
It's
my
actually
jingle.
involved
It's my
there. That's
jingle.
more.
No,
That's all I
helped
want.
you with the
That is
whole
all
Bob
I want.
Marley song.
A little bit of
I helped you with the whole song.
That's all I
I've
wanted.
helped you with every song that you've done.
I think your help.
And I caught you.
I've
the
noticed
chords.
something with you. Yeah. Is either you do the flip flop.
Mhm.
Either I complain like you're not helping me, or you do. I notice when you try to help me, but your aim of help is like correcting me.
No, my aim, yes, my
Yeah,
aim
your-
of help
your version
is
of help
correcting
is
you, and you
correcting
don't
me.
like
I
feedback.
don't like that.
Right,
don't
and
like
also
it.
my aim of helping you sometimes you just want well done.
I just
Reese,
want
and a
well
pat
done,
on the
Reese.
head.
That's it.
But sometimes,
Even if you don't mean it.
I want you to do even better. That's me helping you. I'm like, yeah, that's good. What
You
about
are
this?
like that. You are like that.
But sometimes you just don't want to listen. That's
No,
what it
no.
is. Anyway, my word of the week is a word that I didn't know, and it is. I just didn't think that it doesn't sound like a real word.
What?
Bumptious.
Bumptious. That's so bumptious of you. That's so bumptious of him. Is it?
Well, kind of. You might describe someone as bumptious.
You're very bumptious, aren't you?
bumptious.
Fat,
No.
big bum.
Nope.
Big belly.
No.
You're very round,
Bumptious. No.
bubbly,
No.
bulbous.
No.
Bumptious.
Just think
Big
of-
bump.
No.
Pregnant.
No.
You're very pregnant.
No.
You're bumptious.
Bumptious describes people who are rudely and often noisily confident or over assertive.
Say again.
Bumptious
Yeah.
describes people who are rudely and overly confident or over assertive.
Overly confident or over assertive.
So like someone walks into a room, you might say, our host apologised for the bumptious party guest who caused a scene before being asked to leave.
Ah,
How
okay.
he was incredibly
Yes,
bumptious
yes,
tonight.
Yes. Do you know what uptooth?
Bumptious.
Do you know what uptooth means?
Uptooth
Uptooth.
or uncouth. Got to learn the words to speak for word of the week. That's
So is uptooth
not
not?
couth.
Is uptooth not a thing?
uptooth. I've never heard of it, but
Uptooth.
maybe it is.
I was thinking from Shawshank Redemption, but you've not seen it, so there's no reference to you.
No. But
What-
anyway, I like the word bumptious. It was a new word for me as well. I just think I didn't choose it because of any particular reason. Just thought it was a funny word. Bumptious.
Bumptious and
God, you have to be so bumptious.
mm,
God, he was incredibly bumptious today.
you're trying to turn everyone into this like
It was just funny.
1930s.
Bumptious.
I don't know who talks like this. This is why Americans think we're neeks.
My other word, no, they don't. And my other word was going to be hapless.
Hapless,
You know what that means?
not happy.
Hapless is just like, they're just useless. They haven't got a clue. Absolutely hapless.
Just you. That's
Well,
what
you're
I'm
bumptious.
You're hapless.
You're bumptious.
You are hapless.
You're hapless.
How do you
you-
unscrew this?
You're hapless, though.
What's a suspension?
Yeah, sometimes I am a little bit hapless.
Hapless with your suggestions.
Yeah, and you're hapless with your things. What, and you think that half the things that go on in our relationships is not my suggestions?
No,
and
you
my
suggest a lot of.
decisions.
Okay.
make a lot of
You make
decisions.
a lot of. Yeah, you do make.
And
a
I
lot of
look
decisions.
after you a lot. When
You
if
do
I
a
wasn't
lot.
here, you wouldn't know where
You
your
do
fucking
a
SIM
lot.
cards were when we've been moving around
What do
countries.
you mean? The
that
thing
you
is,
would have
I
lost
would
them.
survive without you in a different way. I just don't have
You'd
folders.
survive without me.
Just because you have folders and catalogs, not everyone does.
Yeah.
Other people survive. I wouldn't have catalogs, but I would still survive.
No, but
Where's
you
my
would have-
passport, by the way?
Exactly.
Yeah, but and only because you had it last.
I don't know. I think you had it last, actually. Why don't we do all our next 3 border runs and you can just look after
Have you not got my passport?
No.
Because I actually did have it last, didn't I?
Mm.
You've definitely got my passport.
Mm.
You would not have my passport.
Mm.
That's how you know
But
you're
I'm
chatting
hapless,
shit.
yeah?
You are hapless
So
when it comes
you
to
give the most
flipping.
hapless and useless person you know all of your shit all the time and let me handle everything.
You're
But
hapless
I
when you
must
come up
be
against a new
the most
stove
hapless
or a new
person.
microwave, innit?
Well,
That's when you become hapless.
the thing is though, just because I say I don't know how to do this, it's me
Yeah.
thinking out loud.
No, I let you think out loud for long.
Mm.
I even say to you, are you talking to me or are you just talking out loud?
Yeah.
I'm like, you want me to help? You're like, yes. I'm like, well, just
So
say
because I need help, I'm hapless.
that. Yes.
No, that's not true.
Helpless.
Just because some people in your life they overexert to not be helped does not mean that just because I need help means I'm hapless.
What was hapless definition again?
Like useless and
Yeah, you're hapless.
you're bumptious, so
I forgot. But brash. Bit overly
Yes.
brash. And do you have a recommend?
noisily confident.
Do you have a recommend do? You don't have to have a recommend, do you? I don't because we haven't finished.
Yeah, I watched a series called Sirens on Netflix.
Watching a lot of things without me lately.
I do, yeah. I got time.
I've been watching Invincible.
Dead.
I've been watching Invincible.
And you call me the nerd.
Yeah, I've never watched any like animation stuff other than Dragon Ball Z when I was younger.
You watched
But
some
actually, like,
other stupid thing.
Yes, that was. I asked Abs if somebody wanted to get into this. I wanted to give it a go in it. I didn't. People, adults talk about it so much. I'm like, I didn't even watch something. They're saying it's actually good, so let me watch. I said, what? If you're gonna recommend anything to someone who's never watched anything, what would it be?
Called?
Clash of the Titans.
No, what's the genre called? Mao. No, Mao.
Anime. I
So you
recommend.
don't have any recommendations?
I haven't finished. I'm midway through things.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
I've actually read another book,
Bah.
but it's actually not one I'm going to recommend.
Recommend don't. Don't have to have a recommend do or a recommend don't.
No.
You did say last week though that you wanted to tell them about being scammed.
Oh, yeah.
You can
I
save
guess
that for
this is
next
like
week.
I guess if you've got to the end, you'll get to this bit.
Yeah, if you stay,
If you got to the end of last week, you would have heard this, and then if you've got here again,
tell them about your scam next week. This can just be like a drag on that we keep dragging them on and on and on.
Yeah.
Like if you made it this far, this is like the end of like Avengers. Like the subtitles have gone up, but you're still here. And if you are still here, we're gonna let you know that after the subtitles in the next episode, so after like the end screen, will be how Kaira got scammed. So if you watch the end of that next episode and wait past the next video's screen, you'll see it. That's a little Easter egg for you. Don't tell anyone in the comments. You know what I mean? Keep that for yourself.
Keep that secret. If you do get this to the end, just put in the comments if you know, you know.
If you know, you know. Yeah, write in the comment if you know, you know. That's it.
Winky face.
But don't be answering people's questions. You know what I mean? Yeah? I like that. Anyway, I've been your boy Bailey.
I've been Kaira. We
Thank
don't know
you.
if this episode makes any sense.
Yeah.
I can't remember anything
if
we
I have to
spoke
chop
about.
out too much, it might start not making sense. But if I just left it in all authentic, then it should make perfect sense to the guys anyway. Anyway, love you all. Take care. Bye. Why did I say I love them?
Word of the week. Word of the week. Word of the week. Got to learn the words to speak for word of the week.